Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today. My name is David McLeod, and I am your Life Mastery Coach, creator of The Magic of I Am, and host of the Daily Affirmation program. Today, my message is about unconditional self-love and acceptance. Most people I come into contact with seem to have a common affliction, something that has names like inner judge, inner bully, inner critic, things like that. The degree to which we experience this kind of affliction obviously varies from person to person, but one thing's pretty clear to me. The only way to silence that inner voice is to find some way to rectify the situation that brought it into existence in the first place. At some point, we all have to go inside, find the source of the pain that is affecting us, and we have to bring loving forgiveness into the picture so that the old wound can finally be healed. Now, maybe you've already done a lot of that kind of work. I know that I have. But I notice that the critical voice still shows up in my head from time to time, and sometimes it's so sneaky that I don't even notice all the painful and hurtful judgments I have of myself until I've worked up a real powerful head of steam. And by that time, a whole dark, shadowy side of me gets activated that just wants to judge everybody and everything around me. My ego mind is so engaged with this projected judgment because in its own strange and convoluted way, it thinks it's actually protecting me from some imagined harm that is theoretically coming my way. When this happens, I sometimes find it challenging to stop the process. It's almost like I'm riding a runaway locomotive downhill and I can't find the brake. Well, we all know what happens with a runaway locomotive, don't we? It has the potential for a whole lot of destruction. So my only real protection is to be aware of this dynamic and to stop it long before it can gain any momentum at all. This means that I have to monitor my thoughts and pay particular attention to anything in my head that seems to be moving toward self-judgment. When I hear that voice saying relatively subtle things like, "You could have done better," or "What were you thinking?" then I know that if I don't do something, it's only a matter of time before that voice escalates to even more painful statements like, "Man, you are so stupid," or "You never do anything right." So the secret is to treat that voice like it's a little child that just wants to be acknowledged and recognized. When I do that, I can pretend that I'm talking to the little boy inside of me, and I can say things like this. "It sounds like you would like to be more proficient at this particular activity. Well, I just want to honor you for trying as hard as you did, and I think you actually did really well. If you keep at it, you'll just naturally start to improve. But regardless of what you choose or how you show up, I just want you to know that I love you no matter what." This kind of self-talk immediately calms me down, and I can always feel my ego mind slowing down and having less impact on my thinking. I call this process preemptive self-love, and it really works. This week I invite you to try practicing your own version of preemptive self-love. Treat yourself gently, lovingly, and with great appreciation, and notice the difference in the way you show up for others. Enjoy the shift.